Today we're going to talk about women empowerment, how to empower ourselves to achieve our goals. The key factor to here really is rewiring our brain. So I'm going to talk about how to set our goals, how to do these exercises passively and actively. And then I'm going to talk about the importance of repetition and how to do it correctly. We will also talk about how emotions play an important role in this and how to have the right emotions. And then I'm finally going to mention some boosters to help us jumpstart this. I'll give you an example of how I do it in my life so you can relate to it better. And finally, before I let you go, I'll share one tip and a bonus tip to maximize your results. So let's get started. So how do we achieve our goals, right? A lot of us want to be super empowered. We want to stand up for ourselves, speak our mind, and have a certain personality. But we really struggle to understand how to get there. This is super important for self-defense, but in just general, to achieve our life goals, it's really important to be an empowered person, to be strong. I mean, still feminine, but also strong at the same time. So here is what we can do to get started, okay? We will write a list of all our goals. Literally just write them down. And here are the 3 criteria we're going to use to write down that list. First of all, it's going to be positive. Everything you write down is not what you don't want, but what you do want. So I don't want to be stressed. Instead, say I want to be happy and calm, right? I want to be bold. I want to speak up for myself. Everything in the positive. Second thing you're going to do is write it in present tense. Not what I want to be in the future, not I will be strong, but I am strong. That's how we're going to write it. And the third criteria, you're going to be as specific as possible. You're going to, instead of say strong, you can say perhaps as an example, I want to be able to share what's on my mind. Or you can kind of say, I share what's on my mind. I openly speak up about my thoughts. Right? Get as specific as you can if you have some incidents in your mind that you really want to work towards. And finally, there's a little bonus tip. You can categorize it. You can categorize in terms of your identity, in terms of your conversations, how do you communicate. You can categorize if you have a business, you can categorize job, work, business, family life. You can make those categories and write down goals for each of those. Health. I want to be healthy, or I am healthy. I have a strong immune system. I rarely fall ill is negative, but you can use it like 10% negative to contrast the positive, right? So that's how you're going to write your first set of list of goals. So now that you have written down your list of goals, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start listening to it passively. Okay, our brain has still not accepted the fact that I am strong, I am bold, I speak my mind, I share openly, I don't care about what people's opinions are of me. All those things sounds like false opinion, right? It's like, oh, that's not really true. I'm a scared, timid person. So to really pass that conscious mind judgment, we just want to enter into our subconscious mind and have it work on these powerful characteristics. So we're going to start listening to it passively. All right. So what does that mean? That means you can record it in your voice and listen to it. And while you're listening to these affirmations that you've written down or these goals that you've written down, you will also be doing another activity that is a very engaging activity. It's going to engage your mind, and that way you're not actively listening to it. Another trick to do it is to do it before going to bed. So that way you can print it out, write it out, and then read it. So that way when you're sleepy, your suboptimal functions have been turned off. That way your brain's just focused on the things you're reading as opposed to having the extra energy to say, that's not right, that's not right. No, I don't really think so. Oh my God, what am I doing? So that's one great way to start. Once we have done that for about a week or so, passively training our brain, we're going to move on to the next part of this, which is actively training. So this involves reading it actively in the sense that you're fully focused on what you're reading if you've written it down. Now you can also record your voice. If you already have recorded your voice, listen to it intently, close your eyes, you're focusing on each of those sentences. Now sometimes that doesn't work for us because we feel like we don't sound empowered. In our head we do. So then instead of recorded voice listening, you can just write it down in a piece of paper, and that's what I personally prefer. And just read it every morning. It takes a couple minutes to just read through it. I even highlight it. And again, same thing, you can do it before going to bed. All right, now we've been reading or listening to our goals every day. We've done it passively, we've done it actively. Here's something to remember. 3 R's. You want to reward, review, and revise. Okay, and I would say probably reward, revise, and review. So you want to kind of be in the state of gratitude. You want to feel thankful for accomplishing your goals. You want to feel thankful, say thank you for doing this every day. You want to feel that emotion, not fear or tension. And you want to keep revising this every little bit, right? I usually revise it a couple weeks. Sometimes for some people it's every week. So once your goals change, or you feel like, oh wait, this is working better, or whatever that might be, feel free to re-record or rewrite and reprint. And then keep changing your affirmations. They should upgrade and evolve. All right, and the final thing you want to do is review daily. Review it daily. It's very, very important. Consistency is extremely important. Now, don't beat yourself up if you miss a day. Try to do it a couple minutes every day. Make that a goal. All right, we've made a lot of progress. The most important factors to our success are emotions, okay? So instead of being in a doubtful state, oh, I don't really know if this is gonna work for me, we wanna be in a confident state. Man, I'm gonna rock and roll the world. This is gonna be awesome. See, that's gonna make a big difference. And instead of being also in a fearful state, like, oh my God, I gotta do this, it's gotta work for me. We wanna be in a relaxed state. So think about this for a moment. You know, let's say we really want to get an A or pass our exam, and we're super paranoid and freaked out about it. So we're like, okay, I'm going to write down affirmations for it. I have passed my exam, or I am a smart student with great scores. Okay, and if you read this, you're saying, or you're thinking, or you're feeling emotions. I'm a smart student with great grades. I'm a smart student with great grades. I'm a smart student with great grades. Okay, that is not going to help, because the feeling that you're feeling when reading that is fear. Okay, you want to just kind of feel, I'm a smart student with great grades. Yeah, confident, relaxed. That's going to really make the difference. So if a lot of us are thinking, well, I've done affirmations and goals, they don't work for me, that's just BS. Well, think about it for just a moment and see if this was the case. Fear played in a factor. If you were reading it and recite or doing it in this, gotta work, gotta do this fast, gotta do it 20, 50 minutes a day. That, as opposed to just, I'm just gonna do a little bit a day. I'm gonna give it time. I'm gonna give it several weeks and months. I'm gonna give it 5 months, that's okay. See that? See that difference? Perspective shift? Okay, so see if that was one thing that was perhaps blocking you, and let's try and incorporate confidence and relaxation, emotions and feelings into this methodology. To help with our emotions, we can add on visualization. Once we've got the ball rolling with reading actively, or however we're doing this actively and making it a daily practice, let's also put in imagining our end result. That's super important to get there. If you're driving in a dark night, or if you're walking through a forest and you don't really know where you want to be at the end of it, you're just going to get lost, right? Or think of a camel walking through a desert. We need to have a destination in mind to help our brain and all our senses navigate in that direction. So all that is just imagining, feeling who's around me, what it looks like to haven't gotten these empowerment goals and results. Once we have that visual process, we can also boost it with some auditory processes. So you can listen to nature music with binaural beats, and that will also help us get into this relaxed, confident state. Those things will really help boost our success in achieving our goals. And now here is an example. This is what I have done for myself. So first I do a brain dump. I take a piece of paper and I just start writing down all the things that I want to achieve in my life in general. Some of it is empowerment based, some is business based, and whatever that is for me. And then once I have done a big brain dump, I feel like I've written everything down on a piece of paper. I come back and review it from the beginning. I say, okay, I want this to be in present tense, this is in future tense, okay, I'm going to revise that. And then I look at another piece and I say, okay, this looks like it is in, a negative scenario. It says, I don't want to be stressed. Okay, great, how do I make this positive? So I go through that list, I sanitize it, and then I actually don't print it. My passive listening is just hypnosis. I love Joseph Clough hypnosis. I have that app downloaded, and so right before going to bed I will listen to a specific category. He has all sorts of categories for anxiety, for losing weight, quitting smoking, I mean, you name it. He has all those categories, sleeping well. So I pick a category, and that's my passive listening, because I just fall asleep. I don't even make it through half of it. And then I listen to it in my sleep. That's for me personally. Then once I actually made it past that, and I feel like, okay, I can read my goals without my mind telling me, I don't really believe it, right? So now I don't have that issue. So what I do is I have it printed out right by my bed on my nightstand. And every morning when I wake up, I just read the whole thing and I set my day with that intent. Okay, I have also then added on now visualization. So before going to bed, couple minutes, when I almost fall asleep to visualizing what my life looks like. And then I wake up in the morning, I do the same thing. As soon as I get up, before I open my eyes, I just visualize what that looks like. Then I get up, sit on my bed, pull up my morning goals list, read through it, and then I jump out of bed. Okay, so that's what it looks like for me. Now, before I share that one tip to maximize our results, please comment below and let me know what you think so far. If you have any questions about this at all, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, I would love to invite you to subscribe. All right, on to our tip. So one of the great things that works really, really well is doing these exercises, visualization, reading, all of these, emotions, etc., when we are in a sleepy, drowsy state. Okay, that could be very well going right before to bed, right? Because then you're already really sleepy. Or it can be during mid-afternoon time, anytime. It's important because what that does, like I've kind of mentioned before, it puts our brain in this state where it removes all the functions that are not important and only keeps the important functions alive. So it only really is focusing on the important factors that are going in to our brain and not using that extra energy to say, no, this is not right. So doing it when you're just kind of calm and relaxed and sleepy and tired is actually, funny enough, really going to help maximize results. Another bonus tip I'm going to add on to this is that if that doesn't somehow work, or if you're just a person who has a hard time falling asleep and that really doesn't work for us, then what we can do is affirmation. Now, what I mean by this is just nouns. So if the goal is health, just saying that: health, wealth, success, empowerment, strength. Now we can do this anytime, even when our brain is fully active all the time, because guess what? There is no reason for our active, conscious brain to say, oh no, that's not true. Well, there's nothing false or true about health. It's just health. So then embedding that concept in our mind, that does wonders to jumpstart our journey into actively reading our goals and not having our mind say, no, that's not true. Just the nouns, whatever those are, right? Strength, speaking up. Just speaking up, just saying that, speaking up, strength, 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 strength. just repeating that for a couple minutes. That's a great way to start. If you would like your personalized training, go ahead and click on that link below in the description. I will see you next time.